First of all, welcome. My name is Rodney Wilson. I take care of media relations for the River Kings, and tonight's a very exciting night in Cornwall. Once again, the River Kings are alive and well. Thank you once again for coming out. We have the media here, but again, local fans were asked to come out tonight, and we're encouraged to participate, ask questions, give feedback, suggestions, comments that you have for the new owner for the upcoming season. So this is an exciting time, and again, Brock would encourage you to participate tonight. Give you a little bit of background on Brock. He's born and raised here in Cornwall, for those of you that don't know him. He's a local entrepreneur in Cornwall, and obviously in real estate here in town. And as if that's not busy enough for him, he's decided to run for city council as well this coming fall. So
I didn't tell him to say that, by the way.
I've had the pleasure of dealing with Brock the last couple of years on a personal level, and the first two things you need to know about Brock is he's very passionate, number one, about business, and number two, about the city of Cornwall. And so it's great to have him on board here, not only investing in this team, but also investing in this community. So without further ado, the new owner of the Cornwall River Kings, Brock Frost.
Well, that's hard to follow up. Thank you, Rod. I appreciate that. I want to start by saying, guys, honestly, from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much for the support. This has been official since Monday, 4 days ago. And the amount of messages and text messages I've received is well over 1,000. So I want to give a round of applause to everybody who's been here and all the fans in the city, please. So the purpose of tonight, as Rod mentioned, is kind of, first of all, it's a meet and greet for myself and the new management. And also I want to hear from you guys. We are dedicated to make this year a success, and we can't do it without your support. We want to hear your suggestions. We want to hear your feedback so that we can make this next coming season tremendously successful in the city. I'm going to start by introducing a few key, players in my management team. I'm going to start with the gentleman on my left, who probably doesn't need an introduction, but I will introduce him anyways. Mitch Gagne has been, yes? Mitch Gagne lives and breathes hockey. It's true. Non-stop. Mitch is officially my general manager, so I'll give you a round of applause for Mitch. Mr. Wilson to his left. Rod's been with the team for 2 years now in media relations. He does a fantastic job. The reason the media is here because of Rod. Rod, thanks for inviting them. Rod's going to continue to serve that role with the management team as well. To my right, hockey guru. Yeah? No. Mr. Al Wager. Probably doesn't need much of an introduction either. Al, I have hired on as a personal advisor to myself. Al, again, just like Mitch, lives and breathes hockey. He's going to help me grow as an owner. So a round of applause for Al, please. To his right, Rick Lalonde, former coach last year, did a great job. Round of applause for that. Woo! We made it past. Rick is also, I've also signed on Rick to be another personal advisor to me. Him and Al bring expertise to the game that pretty much no one can touch. So they're going to, again, as a duo, help me grow as an owner. So a round of applause right now for my management team. We also got some superstar players with us on the table. Mitch, I'd like to introduce them to the group.
Of course, to our far left we have Jonathan Jasper from Cornwall. Pierre-Luc Faubert. Ryan Sullivan. Nicholas Corbet. And we all know he's back and freshly acquired Mario Jean.
Well, that's that, guys. We are going to open it up to the floor right now. Rod is going to kind of take care of the order of questions. So if you do have a question, raise your hand, and Rod will set the order. So please, if you have any questions.
Raise your hand. Go ahead.
I guess Rick Lalone did an excellent job for the second half of the season last year. But I did not hear you say, Brock, that you nominate him as your coach for this coming season. I'm wondering why.
That's correct. We haven't actually picked our coaches yet. We are in the process of interviewing several candidates. Rick is one of the candidates. Rick, do you want to comment on that?
Yeah. I'll be honest with you. Just take a couple minutes, but I don't want to dwell too much on last year, because last year was I think a difficult time for a lot of us in the hockey program. I guess I first came in when Al asked me, I was supposed to come in and be just like another set of eyes in the sky, you know, help out where I could, and then we grew a relationship with Steve Simo, who I think is an outstanding individual and probably the key and heart of this program. So then Simmer decided, you know what, you can't just be there, you have to be here. So as a group we got on, and then I should come on the bench. So we did this, and then after a while,
Well, please continue, Rick. Yeah.
anyways, I'll just share that it was an outstanding experience, an outstanding situation. You know what, I'll be honest with you, because I know social media, I know everybody wants the Guru show. A lot of people want to go to a hockey game and see MMA. You know what, as a coach we have responsibilities. We have elements that create what we can do with our athletes. Last year, you all know as well as everybody, had a financial struggle. Players weren't getting paid. Pretty hard to go down to the end of the bench and tap a young guy on the shoulder and say, you know what, we need a momentum change here, bud. Step it up. The guy looks at you and says, I'm 4 or 5 games behind in my pay. Coach has to change his element of approach. I thought we did an outstanding job. I had the best guys in the room. I thought Al Wager, who, by the way, I'm going to put this out there for the first time. Al Wager, don't shoot me for this, bud. Got one pay. Al Wager worked 9 months for one pay. I worked 19 weeks for 2 weeks' pay. We were volunteers. And understand what I'm saying here. I'm not putting the focus or blame on the old ownership or anything. I just think that in reality, everybody wants an aggressive hockey team. Everybody wants a winning hockey team. If anybody knew me from my past, I have no problem with the odd or a few scraps in the game and all that, but it had to make sense. Fighting is a momentum changer. You may be down, you send a guy out to fight, he loses the fight, what have you changed? Absolutely zero. So we tried to put the common sense. Then at the end when we were trying to make the run, we got into the playoff run, we had developed a great relationship in our room with our athletes. Our athletes decided we weren't playing for the dollar at this time. It was for you, the fans, and for us as a group. And I hope some of the guys don't get mad at me, but if you would have saw the emotion in the dressing room after we lost to Jean Kerr in Game 6, you would have known I'm talking from my heart. Those guys drained the tank. Those guys competed. They wanted to have success for Cornwall, its fans. We all know we have great fans here. We need to bring stability. Why we haven't got into much conversation on coaching is exactly that. Before I can put myself in a situation, we have to look at making sure our players are looked after. 1, a regular check. 2, stability in our lineup. We can't go on the road with one lineup, come home and play with another, and expect our team's going to be a quality hockey team every night. Sorrel, Thetford Mines, Three Rivers competed with the same lineup almost every night. Look what they did. The group that was on the ice last year wanted to give you everything they had. And to get peak performance out of your athletes, you need to make sure they're looked after. And the group did try their best to look after them, don't get me wrong. But at the end of the day, it does affect the play. And I shared this conversation with Brock, that these are some of the things, types of adversity that we have to deal with to make sure these guys are happy. So they give you what you want. You know, when it's not going the way Mike Lecquier likes it, fight after fight, you know what? Now the coach can go down
Mike.
into the bench and say, listen, we got to change this. I want to say one thing. We had a quality group of guys. I'm excited about Brock being here. Honestly, we met a couple times this week, and after Tuesday and Mitch and me and Brock met, and then seeing Brock's platform, preparation, ideas, budget, I was like overwhelmed and started to change my mind on what a part of this I wanted to play.
Yeah.
All I'll finish with is I'm a passionate coach. Cornwall's my hometown. Who wouldn't want to coach in our hometown? But it has to be right for everybody. You, the fan, my players, because as I learned in hockey, look after your players. They're the most important thing we have when it comes to playing the game. Thank you.